This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad on Wednesday, October 9th. Obviously, today is landfall for Hurricane Milton. So if you're in that path in Florida, my thoughts are with you, and I hope no harm comes your way. Let's jump into the market breadth and just kind of peel the onion, and I'll let you guys go for the evening. We had 785 new highs across the NYSE versus 204 new lows. 54% of stocks were advancing today versus 41% declining. 39% of stocks were below their respective 50-day moving average, and 34% of stocks were below their 200-day moving average today. Very bullish session. We closed at the highs across the board, across all the indices. Taking a quick look at mega caps, a majority were up, but curiously, there were a few of the Mag 7 that were down. Those were NVDA, which struggled all day. It was down marginally 0.18%, but it kind of lagged all day. You also had Alphabet or Google down 1.6%, Meta down 0.4%, and Tesla down 1.4%, which has the robo-taxi event coming up tomorrow on Thursday. But the rest of the Mag 7 and big caps were fairly green. Microsoft was up 0.66, Apple was up 1.6, Amazon was up 1.34, and you had Broadcom and many of the other semiconductors in the green. Oracle was up 2.25. So fairly bullish day looking at breadth as well as mega caps. On the one-day performance for the sector, most of the sectors were green. Technology led the way, up 1.07%. Then you had healthcare up 0.79%, industrials up 0.71%, consumer defensive up 0.63%, financials up 0.63%. The only red were communication services, which obviously, if you don't know, now you do. Google are part of that. They were down 0.76% as a sector. Utilities were also down 0.68% today. Taking a look at the weighting of the S&P and the NASDAQ, I've been kind of hammering for a few sessions that only a few stocks were moving the markets. While true for the past few sessions, last week there was one session where NVIDIA moved the Bloomberg 500 index, which is a proxy for the S&P 500, 93%. Yesterday it was like 25%. And if you take a look at across the board today, you had issues like Apple, which has a weighting of 7% of the S&P, Microsoft, which has 6.9% of the S&P, Amazon, which is 3.4% of the S&P, all green. And in the NASDAQ, similarly, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Costco, those were the names that were helping to keep everything going for the bullish impulse here. So very strong session, no doubt about it. Keep a close eye on NVIDIA, which I thought was really curious that it lagged all day. Let's keep peeling this onion. So outside of volume being low, outside of NVIDIA running uphill all day, the other thing that really stuck out was the 10-year yield. We're now close to 4.1% on the 10-year yield since the Fed decided to announced the cut of 50 basis points on September 18th. We've gone nothing but higher on the 10-year yield. We went from like 3.5 to 4.1 in a matter of 2 weeks and change. But what was strong? Let me kind of rapid fire through what was strong across the board and then what was weak. So in the S&P 500, you had a lot of cruise liners in the green. Norwegian Cruise Line up 10.9%. Huge move. Carnival up 6.5%. Royal Caribbean 5.2%. Corning up 5.38%. GM bouncing here up 4.17%. Everest Real Estate Group up 4.15%. Palantir 3.9%. Cadence 3.6%. Pfizer 3.5%. Fortinet up 3.27%. Targa Resources up 3.25%. Honeywell 3.24%. DaVita Healthcare Partners 3.1%. Solventum 3.05%. Amentum 3.03%. Celanese 3%. Globe Life 2.92%. Arch Capital Group up 2.89%. Broadcom 2.7%. KKR and Company 2.7%. Charles Schwab 2.8%. Raymond James Financial up 2.7%. Caesars Entertainment 2.7%. KLAC Corp up 2.6%. Nucor up 2.5%. Steel Dynamics up 2.5%. What was strong across the NASDAQ? I'll try not to duplicate some of this stuff because some of them are in both. MongoDB up 6.19%, Team up 5.4%, Zscaler 5.1%, SMCI 4.28%, ARM Holdings 3.3%, let's see, ASML Holdings 2.6%, Qualcomm 2.33%, Lam Research 2.28%, Airbnb 2.26%, Palo Alto Networks 2.19%, Synopsys 2.17%, Costco 2.1%, Marriott 2.07%, Charter Communications 2.05%, and Intuitive Surgical up 2%. What was weak? In the S&P, you had Constellation Energy down 5.6%, NRG down 5.3%, Boeing with the work strike 3.39%, Vistra Energy 2.9%, Western Digital 2.58%, Match Group 2.28%, Mosaic 2.09%. In the NASDAQ, you had Google down 1.59%, PDD Holdings down 2.34%, Tesla down 1.4%, and AMD down 1%. For the free members, continue to watch the Mag 7, the yields for 10-year, 2-year Treasury. I think it's going to get more volatile soon because you have the CPI numbers coming out tomorrow. We're getting closer to election day, which typically will bring volatility. So continue to watch that as well. I'll see you all after the Thursday session. Again, if you are in harm's way tonight with the hurricane, please stay safe. And I will see you all after the Thursday session. Premium members, please stay on so we can cover some charts today. That's my train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.